Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This week, as you saw in the video description, I'm going to be going through my entire eyeshadow palette collection. I've had some requests over the past 6-ish months that I've been making videos here on YouTube that people just want to know, what do you have in your collection? What do you like? What do you not like? So I figured instead of doing a massive multiple hour long video on my entire makeup collection, I can do a little bit of a series. That way too, as I go and make the series, you guys can let me know what you like about it, what you'd like me to change in the next one. But today I'm going to focus on just the eyeshadow palettes that I own. This means I'm not going to focus on any single shadows that I own. I have a separate drawer with those. These are just going to be palettes only. So if you'd like to see that, keep on watching. So this video is kind of twofold. Not only am I going to show you my palettes, but my beauty room is still being organized. So this is kind of a good excuse for me to go through all of my eyeshadow palettes and kind of organize them as I go through them, sort them. Some of them are smaller, some of them are massive, and kind of find a good home for them. Adelaide is in here with me. You probably just heard her meow. These are not in any specific order. They're kind of random just based on what I picked up. The first one is an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I got this one from TJ Maxx. It's the Alyssa Edwards palette. I frankly still have yet to use this palette. It's brand new, untouched. Have any of you used this? Did you like it? I like how it looks. I'm kind of scared of the bold colors, but I bought it because I wanted to challenge myself. Let me know down in the comments too, guys, if there are any of these that you want to see me do swatches or tutorials of. Would be happy to do that in a future video. I will also link any videos down below for any of these palettes if I have already done tutorials on them. Some of them I have used. For example, this next one by Pure and Barbie collab. This was what I used for my, I believe, my Valentine's look. Right here. Oh, the smell is so good. I love the scent on that one. Amazing. This is the Morphe and Manuel collab glam palette. I've only picked this up once or twice so far. I really need to shop my stash a bit more. Probably have some videos like that coming for you guys in the future because I really just want to appreciate and use what I already have. It's a really nice neutral palette. It's got the great Morphe formula, and what I really like about this palette as well is the fact that not only does it have eyeshadows, but it includes 2 of the Morphe highlighters, which Morphe highlighters are some of the best highlighters I've ever used. They're probably right up there with Ofra for me, being, I think Ofra's got to be my #1 favorite, but Morphe makes some really nice ones as well. The next eyeshadow palette that I am going to show you guys is from Lunar Beauty. I actually just used this in my video last week. The package is stunning. I mean, really stunning. And the colors inside are gorgeous. This is probably one of my favorite eyeshadows right now. I've been reaching for this quite a bit out of my collection. Really enjoying that from Manny MUA, which is, I didn't mean to do that intentionally. I just realized I showed you 2 Manny MUAs in a row, like a collab and then his own from Lunar Beauty. The next thing is something I got in a mystery box. This is from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is the Alien palette. I have only used this once, the one time that I filmed with it. So again, some of my like newer palettes I think were kind of on top, but I'd like to delve into a lot of these more. Kind of, like I said, appreciate what I already have. I do know that the Alien palette is no longer for sale, which is why it was in the mystery box. With the Jeffree Star Cosmetics trend, this is the only other Jeffree Star eyeshadow palette I have. Take that back, I have one of the minis. This is the only other full-size one I have, Blood Sugar. This was also the only JSC one that I actually bought, like not in a mystery box. Like I paid full price for this Big Daddy. I really like this. I've probably used this, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, but that's not because I don't gravitate to it. It's just, it's so expensive that I kind of like to save that one for special occasions. Next, I've only used this one once, but the cover, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so mesmerizing. This is the Our Heart Revolution Fortune Seeker palette. Got this at Ulta, and I could just stare at that cover for hours. If you are like me, you can go out and grab this for yourself. But the color story is really nice in there as well. Next up, I did a review on these. These are the Frozen 2 palettes that were in collaboration with Colourpop. That was my New Year's Eve tutorial that I did. Here's the Elsa palette. And these were both $15. I think they're down to $12, but like I said, I will leave you the current prices of all of these in the video as I'm talking about each one. So if you decide you like the looks of one of them, you can pick them up. Or again, comment down below, let me know, hey, I kind of like that one, but I want to see a little bit more of it in action. Can you show me swatches or a demo or something? I would be happy to do that to help you make your purchasing decisions. And then here is the this is the Anna one. And you guys may have noticed that I really like to keep all the boxes for the palettes. And I do store them in the boxes. I don't know why I do that, if I just think it keeps them in better condition or what. And then here is the JSC Mini Breaker. It's the only mini palette I have from JSC. This one I also got in the mystery box. This, oh, I love. Probably Blood Sugar. Out of the three I have, Blood Sugar is my favorite. This is my second favorite. And Alien is at the bottom for me. Just because of the shades included, not because of the formula. I do really like the formula. Next up is a palette from BH Cosmetics. This is the Hangin in Hawaii palette. Here's the outside sleeve insert, and then here it is on the inside. I think it looks a lot cuter on the inside than the sleeve lays on. Here is the color story inside. This is just like a really nice, nudie, natural, like you can use it every day for work. Don't have to put too much thought into it palette. So I do like to have a fair amount of palettes like that around for on-the-go moments. The next one is from Laura Lee Los Angeles. This is the Nudie Patootie palette. I've used this, I think, once. So again, since I've been filming for YouTube for 6 months, I've gotten a lot more makeup than I had before just because, I don't know, I've been more interested in it. But I will also say almost every single eyeshadow palette that I've gotten recently, I have not paid full price. Like I wait for Black Friday or sales or whatever. So the prices that I might be listing them as that they cost right now isn't necessarily what I paid. Just being upfront about that. Here is the Nudie Patootie palette. This is the only palette I've tried from Laura Lee Los Angeles, but I do really enjoy that one. Again, it's another kind of naturals. You can be on the go, don't really have to think about it, and it's gonna look good no matter what colors you put together for the most part. Okay, we're down to the last box. Ugh, I've got a lot, you guys. I didn't even include either. I see like my Casey Holmes Physicians formula box over there, some things like that, that they're not palettes per se, but they do have some shadows in them. Ooh, this is an interesting one. So next up I have the Jaclyn Hill Original palette. I've been watching Jen Love's reviews a lot lately, and you know, there's the whole drama right now with the formula got changed on these because this is a collaboration with Morphe, except Morphe didn't tell anyone. So apparently the original formula did not include carmine, which for those of you that don't know, that's crushed up beetles for a lot of red shades. And if you include crushed up beetles, that means your product is not vegan. Apparently there was originally a different formula that came out in 2017 that did not include carmine, and so it was vegan. And at some point in time they changed the formula and did not bother to announce that. So I have this one, which is the original packaging. They've updated the packaging. However, I looked at the ingredients and mine does include, I don't know if you guys can see right there, but mine does include carmine. So I actually have loved this palette. I thought I had the original one all along. It's got a ton of shades, but apparently I don't have the original formula, and I have the reformulated edition that is not the vegan edition. For me personally, I will still keep using it. I'm not a person that's like, oh, I'm not going to use products unless they're vegan. But it is important to note because there are consumers out there that are in that boat and will say, no, if it's not vegan, I'm not going to use it. So for Morphe to not disclose that is a little bit of I've been in hot water lately. Along the similar Morphe trend here, I know I've got a lot of collabs here, but I don't think I have any Morphe shadows that are literally just Morphe shadows. I've only bought ones that are collabs of people I watch on YouTube. But I have the Morphe x Jeffree Star collab here. I think I've used this once, you guys. It's got a lot of potential too. I really should use it more. Here are the shades for that. There's a ton, and I haven't even touched like these pressed glitter moments. The only thing I hate about, I know Jaclyn's was really talked about her OG palette when it came out originally for a long time, but the only thing I hate about these Morphe collabs is like, I don't think I've ever seen Jeffree use his collab, like this Morphe one on his channel ever again. Once it came out, it was like, oh look, I have a collab, okay, never hear about it again. He talks about his own brand. Same with Manny. I've seen him talk about his collab maybe once or twice, but then again, I rarely even see Manny talk about Lunar Beauty on his channel, which is kind of weird to me. I really want to try out the highlighters from Lunar Beauty, but it seems like they just like are never in stock, so I don't know what the deal is with that, Manny, but we need some highlighters. This next one is probably, no, not probably, it is the oldest palette I own. So this is from Avon, and it is the Pretty in Neutrals palette. I think this is one of the first eyeshadow palettes I really ever had, like maybe even in high school. It's gotta be expired. A lot of them I've hit pan on. I don't really go for these like dusty tones anymore. I really should get rid of it, but I just hate wasting makeup, and I feel like I need to use all of it. But I remember thinking it was so innovative and cool because there's also a bottom tray here that comes out. Like this is the eyeshadow on top, and then this bottom tray comes out, and you've got bronzers and blush and highlighter and lip stuff all down in there. It's a cool concept. Too bad it's not very good quality. I have a little freebie Ulta palette. It's also got a blush and a highlighter in it. I've used it a few times. Just a cute little moment. This doesn't even have a title. It just says happiness looks gorgeous on you on the inside. It was one of those free like buy $19.50 of this and we'll throw in this type thing. This was an Ulta eyeshadow that was a collab with Melissa Michelle. This is one of my favorite shadows, my favorite palettes of all time still. There's Melissa on the back if you would like to check her out. But I love these shadows. There's kind of the regular shadows, like mattes and metallics. Then over here we've got some pressed glitters. The green at the bottom is great. And then in the bottom it came with a glitter liner. I really have loved that palette a lot. Next we have from Makeup Revolution the Emily collaboration. This is Emily Noel. And she did, I think, a cheek palette too, but I just got the Once is what this one called. So I think the cheek palette is called the Needs, if I remember correctly. So here it is on the inside. This one's a plasticky case. And I've only used this a few times too, but I've really liked it every time I've used it. I have an abundance of eyeshadows, you guys, if you can't tell. This is like the thing that if people were to say, what's the one makeup item that you literally don't need any more of, probably for the rest of your life, but you just cannot stay away from buying it, it's eyeshadow palettes for me. I mean, like, I don't have that many blushes. I don't have that many bronzers. If I keep going with this series of my collection, you guys will see I may have to even combine some of those categories to make it a long enough video to make it worthwhile to talk to you guys about. But eyeshadow, I'm just up to my ears in eyeshadow. I love eyeshadow. Next I have the Essence Spiritual Gangster palette. And here it is on the inside. I did a get ready with me video on that at one point in time. I really like that one. It's nice and affordable. I have this Boutique Gift of Beauty holiday collection. This was something that I believe my brother's girlfriend got me for Christmas one year. And this is another one of those like super nice natural moments if you need something on the go. And it also includes more than just the eyeshadow in this little book situation, which I like to have everything all in one book like that. One of the first videos I ever filmed was on the Sugar Rush, which is the little like side brand of Tarte Sweet Slice palette. It's this really cute little watermelon. I like that the seeds are textured, and then on the inside it's got eyeshadows and then a little blush in the middle. It's cute. It's fine. Sometimes I just like going through old palettes to get re-inspired, or like if I'm bored of the same one, it's nice to be like, what have I not used in a while? And then a throwback to my very first YouTube video ever, the Colourpop Honey palette. Oh, nostalgia. If I were to go back now and refilm that first video, I think I would have a much better idea of what I was doing, because I feel like I was just like winging it at that point, but at the same time it's like everybody has to start somewhere. All right, I think I almost just dropped 3 palettes. I would have cried. I think I'm down to my last stack here. These are things that I think I use the most on a daily basis. The first is one on my project pan. This is another one of those little free Ulta Beauty ones that I got with, I mean, it's not free per se, but it's, you know, buy so much of this Ulta and we'll give you a set free or whatever. So this is very fall vibes. I've shown this to you guys before. I'm trying to finish this one up completely. I have this little BH Cosmetics Foil Eyes to Go 6-color palette. Getting kind of close on that one too. I've panned 2 of the 6, close to panning 3 of the 6. The NYX Happy Birthday palette. I really like this one for an everyday moment as well. It's so nice. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys this one. I had like an Instagram recreation video. The Colourpop All I See Is Magic. This was my first Colourpop shadow palette that I ever purchased and used. I'd never used Colourpop up until this, and I really like that. A couple more Colourpops. I have the It's My Pleasure palette. This is a bunch of like purpley colors. Super fun. I also have a Colourpop palette that is a collaboration with Colourpop and Biddy. This one's so fun. It's got so much glitter. It is great. Love. And I think this one, yeah, this Biddy one was a little bit more because there's some of the Super Shop shadows in there and not just the regular shadows in there. Okay, I also have the Bling Boss palette from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. This is one of the Vault palettes that people on the internet say they literally hated with a passion. I didn't think it was that bad. Honestly, it was okay. I like that one. I haven't used the purple that much, but some of the other ones, at least in this Bling Boss one, I know there's like a whole collection of a bunch of different Vault ones that Jaclyn did with Morphe, but this one was okay. I didn't mind it. The next palette I did mind. I really disliked it. I haven't used it again since. Need some ideas on how to use it. This Galaxy Chick one from BH Cosmetics. I didn't like it at all. It's baked shadows. I think part of the reason I didn't like it was because, I don't know, in theory it looks really cool. They're all like baked and marbled and named after different planets, but every single one of them is metallic, so it looks weird to me on my eye to do an entirely metallic look. I don't know. I just need to figure out what to do with it and how to use it, because it's been sitting and I don't want to be wasteful. We have the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. So this is from Sally Beauty. This is the Palladio palette. This is the look I'm wearing today. I actually did a little bit of a tutorial on this. If you're not already, please follow me on Instagram. I will have an announcement up soon on Instagram about the fact that I am running for the Sally Beauty Influencer program, that they are seeking out 5 cosmetics influencers. They're eventually going to narrow it down to 1. And part of how they are deciding who the finalists are is a tutorial using items from Sally Beauty, which this Palladio palette is one of them. You guys can see those are all the different colors in there. This was really great. I mean, it has, I think, as many shadows, 35, maybe more than the Jaclyn Hill palette. It kind of reminded me of that. The metallics were very creamy to the touch, except this was like way more affordable. But it would mean a lot to me if you guys would go and follow me on Instagram, and if you could comment and interact with that post, that would really help me out a lot. And I have two more palettes. These two I got pretty recently and I really like both of them. I got these from Ulta. The first one is a Revolution Makeup brand. It is the Roxor's Ride or Die palette. It's nice and metal on the inside, which I was like not expecting based on the outside. But this is so cool. This is like a unique color story to me. I've loved this honey yellow in here. It looks orange on camera, but it is a true yellow in person. It's just been really nice. And I've even used this like teal down here some. This has been a really cool, I don't know, it's just got me out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I truly like that palette a lot. And they're not that expensive considering you're getting 18 shades. The last one is from Revolution Pro. This is the new Neutral Luxe Shadow palette. I think this is supposed to be like a dupe for the Huda Beauty nude palette. I've never tried anything from Huda Beauty, so you guys will have to let me know the tea on that if you have. But here is the neutral palette. It's so pretty. The only thing I'll say about this one is if you get it, please read the box, because there are at least two shades. I know these two that are not eye safe, and I didn't read the box first, and I put it on my eye, and I was like, oh, these are like loose glitter, and I didn't put down a little glitter glue, and then I was like, ah, it's in my eye, ow. Don't cause yourself any eye damage. Be careful. Look on the box to see what's what before you just slap it on your face. Because lo and behold, once I was like, oh, what's going on? I looked at the box and you can see here, hopefully, it's really tiny, but there is a little picture of an eye and a X through it. And it's telling you that there are certain shades on there that are not considered eye safe. Now, I am kind of one of the people that is annoyed with Revolution Pro and Colourpop and brands that do that, because it's like, it's an eyeshadow palette. Why are you putting things that are not eye safe in an eyeshadow palette? Because it's really annoying as a consumer to have to be like, okay, let me read here. Can I actually put this on my eyes? It says it's a shadow palette, so I don't think you should include things that you can't put on as shadow. Personally, don't know how you guys feel about that. But yeah, guys, that is my entire current eyeshadow collection. It is more than I could ever need. I love eyeshadow. I use probably at least 3 to 4 colors a day, all the way up to I've used like 6 or 7. Right now I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Today I used 4 different colors from that Palladio palette to create this look that I'm wearing today. If you've made it this far, please click subscribe. It would mean so much to me. I upload new videos every single Sunday. I'm really great about if you guys ask me to film something specific or you have feedback. I really try hard to cater to you guys as the audience and give you content that you are excited to see. So click subscribe before you go, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.